Good evening, everyone. I'm Shivani Gupta. There seems to be no end to disruptions and din in Parliament. Even as attempts were made by the government to drive some cooperation and consensus with opposition parties, especially on the issue of suspension of 12 MPs, the opposition has made itself clear that it will speak on its own terms and together with the entire opposition and not just parties these MPs belong to. The opposition boycotted this meeting even as we saw non-stop ruckus and sloganeering in Parliament even today. The question continues to be, when can parties come together to focus on parliamentary business? And who or what is the roadblock here? Here is first up what happened and what all was said today.
And I request the opposition when to be slightly responsible. We are discussing something.
One word can sum up the last 21 days of Parliament. Pandemonium.
Subjecting voter enrollment to Aadhaar.
Please participate in different ways.
And the post and Abhiyan are two distinct things.
समाजी कार्रवाई 2 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है.
The decision to suspend 12 opposition MPs has been the source of daily fireworks this winter session.
जो बुद्ध का कास्केट है, आप सीट पे विराजेंगे तो महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दे समस्या का समाधान होगा. ये जो विधेयक है, सरकार की लेजिस्लेटिव कॉम्पिटेंस के बियॉन्ड है.
And the government's attempts to initiate back-channel talks and resolve the impasse have hit a wall. Four opposition parties, whose MPs have been suspended, were invited for talks, but it was promptly skipped by them.
जिन माननीय सदस्यों ने गलती की है वो उसका एहसास करके शहर से बात करें. सभी जो पांचों पार्टी के माननीय सदस्य सस्पेंड किए गए उन पांचों नेताओं को बुलाया गया, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि वो मीटिंग तक के लिए नहीं आए.
एमपी का ही इशू है, इसीलिए उन पार्टी को नेता से बात करके हम हल निकालना चाहते थे. हम भी अभी भी आग्रह कर रहे हैं कि कृपया आ जाइए, हम बैठ के बात करेंगे. आपका जो सुझाव देना है उधर ही दे दो ना. आप संविधान दिवस भी बाइकआउट करते हैं. आप सब बाइकआउट, लोग आपको बाइकआउट ही कर रहे हैं. आप समझ लो.
The opposition, on the other hand, labelled the centre's outreach as an attempt to divide.
अरे अपोजिशन पार्टी को यूनिटी तोड़ने के लिए, हमको डिवाइड करने के लिए ये एक साजिश है, और इस साजिश में हम कैसा शामिल हो सकते हैं?
बिल का इंट्रोडक्शन को अपोज करने का जो तर्क दिया है,
An already stormy winter session of Parliament saw a fresh face-off.
no person to be registered in more than one constituency.
The bill allows voluntary linkage of your Aadhaar card with your voter ID. The centre's logic is that the move will weed out bogus and duplicate entries in electoral rolls. But the opposition thinks otherwise.
We are forgetting that Aadhaar was only meant to be a proof of residence. It is not a proof of citizenship. In our country, only citizens are allowed to vote, sir.
This bill allows government the power to suppress, disenfranchise, profile voters and discriminate between beneficiaries of government schemes. It will end up violating the principles of secret ballot, universal adult franchise and free and fair elections.
When asked about the repeated chaos, the opposition goes on the defensive.
राहुल जी, सरकार का कहना है कि हाउस ऑर्डर में नहीं आता है, तो इस वजह से डिस्कशन नहीं हो रही है. हम हर चीज पे चर्चा करने के लिए.
आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या?
नहीं, सरकार.
आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? अरे मैं जवाब दे रहा हूं आपके सरकार आपका. क्या आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं? हाउस, अरे मुझे जवाब देने दो. आप सरकार के लिए काम करते हैं क्या? हाउस को ऑर्डर में रखने का किसकी जिम्मेदारी होती है? ऑपोजिशन की नहीं होती है, सरकार की होती है.
No explanations, only disruptions. So who's holding back consensus?
Let me go across to the guest joining us right now. Tuhin Sinha, BJP spokesperson, Kailash Adhikari, political analyst and managing director of Governance Now, Dr. Syed Nasir Hussain, Congress MP, and Riju Datta from the TMC, all joining us. Dr. Syed, let me come to you first up. I know that the opposition parties refuse to join this meeting because you feel all parties should come together. And you've heard what the government has said in response too. But the question does arise, why bring the issue of opposition unity into what was a meeting on a very different issue, which was the suspension of MPs from these four parties? And you've been wanting the government to discuss this.
Shivani, I think we are all missing a point here.
this suspension is something to do about what has happened in the last session. And in the last session, on all those issues which we wanted to discuss, was given jointly by most of the opposition parties. Notices under 267 were given jointly by all the opposition parties. And the entire ruckus and pandemonium that broke out in the House was because the government didn't allow us to discuss. And the demand for discussion was not only by these four parties, it was by all the parties. And everyone were in the well of the House, everyone protested in the entire session, last session, and the entire opposition is protesting even in this session. This entire opposition is jointly asking for discussion, jointly moving adjournment motions, jointly sitting on a protest near Gandhi statue in the parliament.
I understand that, sir.
A joint effort by all the political parties.
I understand
that.
My question is, you're already protesting outside at Gandhi statue, and you are giving these notices jointly. But wouldn't it have been better to at least attend this meeting, raise your objection, but at least pave way for some sort of discussion on this?
How does that matter, Shivani? How does that matter? We have written a letter, we have communicated through the phone that please call all the opposition parties. We all have been one on all these issues, and even now all are protesting for the revocation of the suspension of the 12 MPs. So call everyone. Don't play these tricks. Don't try to divide the opposition. You will gain nothing out of it. Please call everyone.
Okay.
We have been asking for a discussion from day one. We want to sit across the table. The government should be large-hearted. Call everyone, find some solution, and do away with this. What is happening in this? See, this session is almost washed out. Almost washed out because of the.
Not exactly. The numbers suggest this session was fairly productive, but we would love for it to be even more productive and without any din when important statements are being made. But Tuhin Sinha, please respond to what Dr. Syed Nasir Hussain is saying.
It was productive.
Well,
Sir, one by one.
Discussion only
Shivani,
from the side of the government was speaking there.
Shivani, this is an irresponsible opposition which does not have anything to contribute to the country. We saw this pattern throughout August in the monsoon session when they created ruckus over Pegasus despite the statement of the IT minister. And we have seen a similar pattern now. Now, if those MPs have been suspended, it is for a reason. They indulged in violence and it's all out on the camera. They harmed women marshals, women employees inside the parliament.
Where is the proof of violence?
Are you blind?
Where is the proof of violence? Why are you selectively leaking?
Have you not seen the videos? Have you not seen the videos?
Making public? Why are you not making the public?
The same behavior that's indulged in parliament. Shivani on your show, he's indulging in the same behavior.
One second. Dr. Nasir, is it your contention that these MPs did nothing wrong?
This is the behavior they indulge in parliament and also on your show. This is the problem with you.
Tohin, I'm going to give you your opportunity, don't worry.
Where is the proceedings of the entire day? Where is the proceedings of the entire day? Why are they not making it public? Why are they leaking selective footages? And why didn't they give an opportunity to all these 12 MPs? And why were the choices?
No, they were given an opportunity, sir. Let's not be economic with the facts. A committee was proposed. They could have come in front of the committee, but the MPs said no. You can't have it your way on everything, no.
None of these 12 MPs were called.
They refused to join in.
MPs were called.
But let me give Tuhin his opportunity. Tuhin, on two issues. One, of course, of the suspension itself. But I am on another debate. We have discussed suspension ad nauseum, sir. Now, Dr. Nasir, I request your cooperation. We've discussed suspension, the merits and the demerits of it. We've moved forward. Now, for 3 weeks, virtually, we've seen this protest going on. Tuhin, the question that Dr. Syed Nasir Hussain is asking, or the opposition parties are asking, is why couldn't you call everybody?
When we call them for a discussion, we made it very clear that those 12 MPs will have to apologize. There is no, two ways on that. But when we call the opposition parties for a discussion on how to move the parliament forward, they didn't turn up. Please understand, it is very sad and shameful that when a health minister of the country is making a statement on Omicron and the spread and how we can, and what is our strategy, they create such ruckus. I mean, they want to, if they really want to contribute to the country, at least when the health minister was speaking, they should have heard him out. The whole approach is this Khela Hobe mentality, which they think, they can bulldoze their way, they can bully their way, but this government will not give in.
Okay.
Today an important bill has been passed for electoral reforms. Omicron discussion has happened, so things are moving. I think it is the opposition which needs to mend its ways, behave in a more responsible way.
Okay. Now, Riju Datta, the point also is that initially this protest was, on the boycott was, that because of the suspension itself. Now, since then, other demands have gotten added to this. Now, the demand also is that you sack MOS home because of the Lakhimpur incident, which is a criminal case and criminal investigation is ongoing. Now, if you keep adding demands, there will be no consensus or breakthrough achieved ever.
Shivani ji, please give me the courtesy of time. What is the parliament? The parliament is the temple of democracy where the union government in power is answerable and accountable.
And MPs are accountable for their behavior, Riju.
Everyone. Now, let me tell you this, that my MP Derek O'Brien, he's categorically said when the government called the 5 political parties whose MPs have been suspended, there are other 10 opposition parties as well. Why didn't you call them?
Okay.
So it was a complete failed stunt. You call everybody and you have a discussion. Before the winter session started, I'm stating facts to you, Shivani. Before the winter session started, there was an all-party meet where my MP Sudeep Bandyopadhyay and Derek O'Brien raised 10 points on genuine points on women reservation, inflation, Pegasus, COVID management, Punjab, BSF jurisdiction. None of them have been answered. You please
but
tell
how
me
will they be answered, Riju? The parliament has to function for that.
One
by one only things can be answered. Now, if there are 50 parties, there are 50 issues, all of them cannot be taken simultaneously. Today, the health minister is speaking. You've got posters on fishermen in Tamil Nadu or Sri Lanka. You've got all kinds of posters in the well in front of the speaker. What kind of behavior is that?
I will ask you factual questions. The 12 MPs that were suspended, what is this logic of if they say sorry, they can come back? Let me tell you, the opposition is
to set a precedent.
To set a what precedent? Then
to at least express regret for your behavior.
No, 1 second. Then if the 12 MPs are punished because they apparently, according to the government, they were caught in misbehavior, then what about Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri, who manhandled and abused Dr. Shantanu Sen, which is also...
But that's what I'm saying. At least you could have come together to discuss this. And the question I asked you, Riju, I gave you time, but you have to address the question I'm asking you. The question I'm asking you is that initially the protest was on this demand that the suspension should be revoked. Now there is a second demand to it. Sack MOS home. अब ऐसे डिमांड आप ऐड करते रहोगे तो फिर तो कभी चलेगा ही नहीं.
Let me tell you one thing. जो demands आ रहे हैं, every passing day new issues are cropping up in this country. When this MOS home has blatantly abated his criminal son, who is now found guilty by the SIT, he is still the Minister of Home.
But discuss it in Parliament.
How is it? No, tell me, why the Home Minister of the country is still
because that's not how criminal justice works. It's obvious why. You cannot punish the father for the crimes of the son.
But he abated his criminal son.
So you make that point in Parliament, Riju. You have a political point to make. Please make that point. But at least answer my question. I am not... Riju, you're not understanding. I am not questioning the rationale of your demands. Please understand. I am not questioning the rationale of your demand. I am saying that in the name of protest, outside and inside Parliament, if you keep adding demands, then how will the resolution come?
But if the country is not at a standstill, if things happen in the country, like why my MP Sushmita Dev submitted a suspension of business notice? Why? Because of this, new events crop up in a country like India, and the government.
But then don't disrupt Parliament proceedings. Is all I'm saying.
If the government,
Dr. Syed Nasir, and I'll come to you once again, but I want to give Kailash Adhikari an opportunity also. Now, Kailash, the problem is exactly this. The Home Minister was speaking today, for example, and there was utter din around him. He had to, speak loudly for himself to be heard. And posters and opposition of all myriad issues were blocking cameras. What is the message being sent here?
Shivani, a very wrong message is being sent by the opposition here. First of all, I agree with the gentleman who just spoke before me that the parliament is a temple of democracy. And also, a very important fact, Shivani, it is a symbol of India's vibrant democracy. We are the world's largest democracy. Now, billions of Indians, 1.38 billion, have reposed their trust and faith in this temple of parliament. A voter, a citizen like you and me, our other panelists are, when we go to vote, we choose our representative. We do it with an assurance that, our issues will be heard. Certain debates will be done in the parliament. At the end of the day, Shivani, opposition has to be constructive. If it wants answers from the government, yes, it has a right because it is the opposition. Then do it in a manner which is much more moral rather than just shouting at the well of the parliament or just by showing slogans. No good is being done to the democracy. At the end, one must understand that, yes, the government has to answer the opposition or it has to answer to the people. Each and every representative there is answerable to the citizens of this nation. And just by stalling the parliament, they are doing more harm to themselves rather than anything.
Dr. Syed Nasir Hussain, I come to you. You can respond. You're raising your finger, but I also ask you a question. Initially, the opposition party said that we will protest the suspension outside at Gandhi statue, but we will not, at least in Rajya Sabha, if I remember correctly, disrupt proceedings. What happened to that?
Shivani, first let me return to what Mr. Adhikari has said. See, everyone knows that our parliament is a temple of democracy. Everyone knows that opposition has a role to play. That is exactly what the opposition is doing. They say we are asking for a discussion on important issues well within the rules of the House of Rajya Sabha, according to 267. The entire last session and entire this session. And what are these issues? Farm laws, farmers agitation, Pegasus, Chinese incursion, petrol, diesel, gas, the fuel hike, price rise, the COVID compensation for COVID, people those who were affected with COVID. Now again, MSP, compensation for farmers, Lakhimpur Kheri. Do you think these are not the important issues with the parliament should be debating? And we are asking it through written. It is not one or two MPs that are asking. About a dozen MPs every day on record.
Sir, we want all of this to be discussed.
To make this public, that we are on record asked for a discussion. And the entire issue is that the government is not allowing for a discussion. Now
But sir, at the same time, disruptions are going on, sloganeering is going on. Don't you think that it will be better if at least both sides come together and sort their issues but allow parliament to function properly?
Shivani, you are asking too many questions to the opposition. You should be asking the question to the government because it is the government's responsibility to see that the parliament functions.
Ad nauseum discussed that. I want to move forward.
On record.
I want to move forward. Okay, I asked you a specific question. You made your point, but can I ask you one more time?
If you are not given an opportunity, we have a right to protest.
Okay, right to protest. Tuhin, please respond. Ultimately, government has to bring the opposition together. They don't like the fact that you only called 4 of them. Call all of them. Pave the way forward.
I think the opposition needs to understand that the parliament convenes for a limited time. So this session is for 4 weeks. If you disrupt 50% of that time, obviously, the issues which we consider as priority issues will take precedence. So if you want all the issues to be discussed,
you cannot just have your way either.
No, we are not having war at all. In fact, look at the bills which are being passed. They're all very significant.
Bills are separate, but the opposition wants to raise some issues. Besides, I'm asking you a question. One, why can't you call all opposition parties? And secondly, why can't you allow some discussion on the opposition's issues?
These are frivolous, never-ending demands.
Bills are being passed without discussion.
They will keep changing goalposts. Now, I'm telling you, ideally, shouldn't we be stalling the parliament for the kind of violence TMC unleashed even yesterday on Suvendu Adhikari?
That is what you actually want in the parliament.
If we start behaving,
don't just place the bill.
Don't barge in all the time. Don't barge in all the time. Let me make a point. Shivani, if we were to behave like the opposition, if we were to
one by one, both of you are inaudible. I'll give 15 seconds to Nasir sir. Please make your point. Then let Tuhin respond.
See, the point is, if you are not allowing any discussion on the issues raised by the opposition, then they have a right to protest. I am not saying this. Late Sushma Swaraj, late Arun Jaitley has said, even disruption is a form of protest.
Okay,
But
fair
what I am
enough.
trying
And
to-
you said
trying
that the
to
bills
explain
are
to you
being
people
passed
is,
in din
we
and
should be
without
given
actual
time.
discussion and
You're
deliberation.
not giving us time.
Sir, let Tuhin respond now. Tuhin.
You know, if we go by the opposition
Yeah,
logic,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have enough reasons to stall the parliament. You know, yesterday, look at the violence which was unleashed in the streets of Calcutta even yesterday. Suvendu Adhikari was attacked by the police yesterday. So we have enough reasons to stall, but we are trying everything. We are trying everything to pacify the opposition. It's just
Will
that
you
they
call
have
all
they've
of
got
them,
used
Tuhin,
to.
as the
They have
official
got-
BJP
No,
representative?
I'm
I'm
saying,
asking
Shivani,
you,
even if
will
we-
you
even
call
if we
all,
call- No, no, I'm
all
answering
opposition
that.
parties
I'm
and make an
answering
attempt
that
one
the
more
day-
time?
No, I'm answering that the day we call all of them, their demands will change. You yourself have mentioned the demands have constantly been changing every day. So these are frivolous demands. These are frivolous demands. They hold no ground.
Okay, I have to leave it at that. I do thank all of you for joining us. Let's hope and see that there is some breakthrough achieved, although most of the parliament session is already done. Moving on, the other big story that we're tracking. The second meeting of the Jammu and Kashmir Delimitation Commission was held in Delhi today. CNN News 18 has learnt that the commission has proposed giving 6 additional seats for the Jammu region and 1 for Kashmir Valley. National Conference patron Dr. Farooq Abdullah attending the meeting. Union Minister Jitendra Singh, who chaired it, called it constructive. But there are members of the Gupkar Alliance like Omar Abdullah and PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti who have both expressed dissatisfaction over the outcome.
It was a very cordially held meeting, and all the associate members, they committed themselves to cooperate with the functioning of the commission. All the associated members, regardless of their party or political affiliations, not only appreciated the work done by the Delimitation Commission, but also committed that they would, in future also, for the rest of the exercise, cooperate in all possible means. The National Conference members were there, and they were also satisfied with the parameters which were being followed by the commission.
पॉपुलेशन सेंसस को आप देख लीजिए, इसका कोई जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं बनता। दरअसल जो कोर एजेंडा है बीजेपी का और आज की हुकूमत वक्त का, वो यही है कि जम्मू कश्मीर के आवाम को और डिवाइड किया जाए रीजनल बेसिस पे, रिलीजन की बेसिस पे। इस कमीशन ने उसी गोल को पाए तकमील तक पहुंचाने के लिए काम किया है। पीपल्स डेमोक्रेटिक पार्टी इसको कम्प्लीटली रिजेक्ट करते हैं और हमारे लिए, जम्मू कश्मीर के आवाम के लिए ये किसी भी कीमत में एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है।
Let me also go across to my colleague Arunima joining us. So Arunima, as we can see, the recommendation is to add a few seats for the Jammu region, but not really take away anything from the Kashmir Valley region. In fact, one addition for them too. So what do you think is the reason behind the opposition coming in already after the meeting today?
See, if you see what the valley-based parties have been saying is that based on 2011 census, the process of carving out new constituencies should happen. Now, as per that census figure, 80 lakh was the population of the valley and 60 lakh of Jammu. But the difference of seats that is being proposed is only 1. For 20 lakh, population, if the difference of seats is only 1, that is the first objection that the valley-based parties have. The second objection could be for the SC/ST seats. Those seats, we are told, have been finalized, or in the draft they have been proposed. But it is for the commission, after taking into consideration the recommendations or the proposal of the associate members as to from where these additional seats will be carved out. The fear is that these SC/ST seats, about 9 plus 7 in number, they would be carved out from the valley and they will be reserved seats, thereby further making it difficult for valley-based, people to get their representatives, because these seats would then have Gujars, Bakarwals, and other community members as representatives. I think that's the second area of concern for the valley-based parties. And most importantly, what they're not saying, but what is being said in hush-hush tones is that this is quote-unquote a conspiracy to install a chief minister from the Jammu region, something which has not happened. Yes, from Doda we had Ghulam Nabi Azad, but mostly chief ministers of the valley have been, of Jammu and Kashmir have been from the valley. That's the third thing that valley-based parties are worried about.
Right. So basically it is something that can also be seen as a political opposition because it takes away the privileged position that Kashmir and Kashmir-based parties have enjoyed so far. We leave it at that. Time for a very short break. On the other side, we discuss the sacrilege cases in Punjab and what is the trend really telling us. Stay tuned.